welcome to Rave and Review, where we rave about and review any and all things pop culture and anything that interests us. I'm Kaya, and you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at kaya.r.pennington.
And I'm your girl, Bree, and you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at BreenaVet26.
For this episode, though, I don't know if
we kind of got into.
I don't know if you can tell, but you can call me Poison Ivy.
And my witch name is Celeste. Okay, for this, I'm Celeste. I'm wearing a witch hat. If you don't see the top part, it looks like I'm going to a funeral. But you know what? That counts.
You know what? You are certainly putting a spell on me.
I put a spell on you.
You can follow Rave and Review on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Rave_N_Review. And before we get into it, be sure to like, follow, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share.
Please share. You want other people to see us. Get the notification bell.
Look at our costumes. We did this for you guys.
Money. This hat wasn't free, okay? Okay, y'all, we put effort into this. We do the Spooktober's here, honey. Just wait till Christmas.
Let's see it.
Wait until season 2 for Christmas. Okay.
Let's get into our first segment called Twitter Conversations. We haven't done this one in a while.
Girl.
Where we discuss trending threads on Twitter. Today we're talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. Specifically, how it has been a trend on TikTok to sympathize with the serial killer. For what reason? Anyway. And y'all already know what kind of people are doing this.
No, it's not just them. Sorry to cut you off.
Sick people. I've mostly seen, but
I've seen all shades.
How sad. Anyway, this has led people to call out these weirdos, and now this conversation has somewhat spilled onto Twitter, with people there also condemning this disgusting behavior. It also brings up a conversation about people, or I guess people just in general, and America's fascination with serial killers and glamorizing/immortalizing them. So, Bree, what are your thoughts on people seemingly sympathizing with this and glamorizing and immortalizing serial killers in general?
Well, I'm going to talk about the Jeffrey Dahmer movie series, whatever it is in general, and how people are reacting to it. Both. So just so y'all know, okay, just so y'all aware, there are a million movies and documentaries about Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know why we needed another one. Like, I watched one last year. Why do we need more than one documentary? You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we need to know more? We know what he did. We know he's a horrible person. That should be it. All they're doing is making a little Jeffrey Dahmer fan club for Twitter. Just like how there's a Ted Bundy one, there's now a Jeffrey Dahmer one. There are people on Twitter saying, man, Jeffrey Dahmer would have me. Oh my God, Jeffrey Dahmer is fine. You're sick. You need to go to prison. Jail. Immediately. Also, y'all, can y'all catch my eyeshadow? Because I just don't want makeup like that for the episodes, but I put the eyeshadow.
Like I said, we dressed to
Sorry, I saw my like, ooh, look at my eyes. Okay, anyway, back to the review. Why? There's always going to be the creeps in the, how do I say this, socially unaware people who are just like, ooh, fan club time. Like, there's always going to be somebody who tries to stand something they shouldn't be standing. Even if it's a horrible person. They don't care. Why y'all think people like, I hate to say it, Kanye West got fan bases still, or R. Kelly, or Nicki Minaj, and why y'all think they still got fan bases? Because people don't care if you're horrible. If they like you, and they're going to stand you. And that includes serial killers. Yeah. They don't care. It's disgusting. Jeffrey killed these people, and he didn't just kill them, he did hideous things to their bodies after they were dead. Like, just thinking about it sparks a anger inside my heart, because imagine if it was your loved one who was killed and had their body desecrated afterwards. You can't even bury your loved one after they died because some sicko ate them or did horrible things to them, and y'all think it's cute to have a fan club? You're sick. What is wrong with you people? I don't care how long ago it happened. I don't care if it was ancient times. I don't care if it happened asshole and Julia Caesar's life. It's sick. Like, y'all need to, like, people need reality checks. Like, that makes, I got a little angry, because, like, it doesn't have to be your family member. Just thinking about people that I don't know, who people are just thinking is cute. Why are you making, it's not funny, right? Like, it's not funny, y'all. And it's not cute. There's no reason to be continuously reviving this man just so you can write a script and a movie about it, and people can make clicks and just say, why? We know about this man. And if you don't know, Google it. Google's free, for now at least. But people died. And the families, like the victims' families, have to see people be fans of Jeffrey Dahmer and see him as a character and not as a person who killed people, as not as a person who took away their feelings, their loved ones. That would kill me inside. I would be infuriated to live through that pain again. Why are y'all putting these people through that? There's no reason. There's no excuse. Y'all can't say, oh, it's to educate. It's to educate. Watch the other documentary. Watch the other movie. Well, why do we need another one? Why do we need a docu-series about Jeffrey Dahmer? We know he's a horrible person already. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, the little boy was raised in a weird household, and the family didn't love him. Daddy didn't care. Mama didn't care. So he ended up cutting up animals and turned into a serial killer. We see it all the time. I'm tired. Y'all are addicted to true crime, and it's okay to watch true crime to inform yourself, but it's another thing to watch true crime and be entertained by people being murdered. Imagine if you were murdered and killed and people sat there and kikied, drank wine, all while they sat and read about how you were killed. That's not fun. If you're gonna do like this, you need to ask for permission from the family of the victim to do stuff like this. You can't do that. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm just like, this is like, y'all are just mindlessly creating content just so you can get a couple, like, so it can go viral. Like, that's what I see nowadays. Like, y'all not making stuff for it to be actual pieces of work. Y'all making it so it can go viral. Because why are we making this? Why are there so many of these? Like, can we make something about a documentary about something that matters? Something that matters, a show that matters, something that's good, something that's creative. Y'all not being creative anymore. Y'all are regurgitating the same thing, and it's not funny anymore. It's not good. It's not entertaining. It's boring. I hate y'all. What you think, Kaya?
I hate y'all. Look, I completely agree, and it's really disgusting to me, and it is a very frustrating thing. And so your anger is valid, and like, we don't even know the victims' families, or like the 2 survivors, 2 or 3 survivors. We don't even know them. And so like, our anger has to be nothing compared to theirs. But it is very frustrating. And you know what's funny? And I've seen this argument on TikTok a few times, and I completely agree. But like, if it were dogs and pets, this man was like murdering, boy, the way they would have Netflix take down this show, and I'm talking quick, fast, and in a hurry, the way they would have this show canceled, boy. But because it was mostly queer, Black, and POC people, you don't care. And now all these people, or I guess just people in general, I'll stop saying people and say people in general, because
I saw Black people kikiing about it too.
But I've only seen people, but like, since you've told me that, I will. But like, they making videos talking about it should have been more gory, and I don't know why people are saying it's too much. I've already watched it 3 times now with snacks and everything. The way y'all are so damn desensitized is freaking sickening, bro.
Like, that's the word I'm looking for, desensitization.
It is like, it's so, like, think about that. Let's really break that down. I was unfazed by it. That is not the flex you think it is, to be completely unfazed and unmoved by the horrors of what he did, to be completely unmoved by the trial, which, side note, the dramatization of that trial seems cruel, especially when you see those side by sides of the actual person and the actor who was playing her. And it's like, yeah, really cool, deep acting, but also, this was not an actress. This was somebody's real reaction. I just don't think it should be played up for entertainment.
No.
Anyway, like some of the stuff that I've seen, you would not believe. Like it is like I saw somebody out here selling shirts or sweatshirts or whatever it says. But what did it say? It said, "Choke me like Bundy, eat me like Dahmer," and I think those have been selling for a while now. Because I went into that person's comments and I've seen people like, yeah, I've had that for years now, and you're not edgy. You're not cool. You're not the different, I like true crime kind of horror girl. You're sick. And I'm trying so hard not to cuss right now because it's like, ooh.
I don't know how I did that right without cursing because I got a potty mouth.
But like, you're sick. Like this is speaking. I gotta collect myself because like real stuff, I'm getting angry.
Hey,
These were real people with like real victims with real family members who will still miss and remember them, or survivors who have to relive that stuff every time we talk about it. And I do see the irony of us talking about it, but it's just like I think the more people shut down how sick y'all are, the better. For y'all to be profiting off that kind of stuff with them kind of sweatshirts. And speaking of profiting, and I could be mistaken, I don't think I am, but I could be. The family of Dahmer's victims aren't being compensated for this show. Like they're not being paid for it. All the more reason why I won't watch the show. But like y'all got Sweeney Todd, you got Joe Goldberg, you got Hannibal Lecter, all these fictional creepy characters. Like it would be one thing to say, be obsessed with me like Joe Goldberg. Still weird, but like somewhat better. Like at least he's fictional, you know.
At least Joe Goldberg kind of feels bad.
Like he's fictional. At the end of the day, he's fictional. It's one thing to do that with fictional characters, but why idolize and sympathize with real life monsters when these fictional characters, some of which were made to be sympathized with, go there? Not to mention, like, not to these people who abuse, torture, and kill real life people. You are sick. I don't know how many times I can hammer that in. You're sick. You know, America does have a problem.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't say you as an example of being obsessed with glamorizing a weirdo, because we're supposed to think he's like a weirdo and not, you know, root for him. But I'll throw it in there anyway. All these shows where stalking, serial killing, abusing, etc. are shown so much to the point where it feels like glamorizing. I can see why some people will go with it and start idolizing that kind of behavior. But again, there's fiction, which is still weird, but I don't know, debatably somewhat better than real life monsters. Then there's real life with the families, where the families have to see this crap and those shirts and people talking about how they were just misunderstood. Be for real. Be so freaking for real.
Be for real.
Like y'all are just crappy, horrible people who are easy prey, and honestly,
The
you're making an ode to natural selection. Like
the honestly, same violin we hear played for these mass shooters.
Right. Oh, they were just misunderstood. At what point is that no longer an excuse?
Oh, he was mentally ill. Well, so am I. You want to go around shooting people and killing people like that, girl?
Honestly, y'all need to be on some kind of FBI, CIA, whatever kind of secret government agency list, because you're sick. This is not something to fantasize about. This is not something to be like fan clubbing. And what really aggravates me is they don't care. They do not care. Like we can hammer in this stuff, but they don't care. And so it's like, you know what? Go ahead and make your little ode to natural selection and tell the serial killer next to you that you're easy prey.
Oh, yeah, and you know, like, yeah, you walk, you know what, since you think it's cute, you think serial killers are cute, why don't you walk into the serial killer shit? Yeah, why don't you go ahead, walk into Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Have fun, sweetheart, because it's not going to be fun. I guarantee you that. The victims didn't think it was fun. You're not going to think it's fun either. Sweetheart.
And then the minute something happens, it's just like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cruel. Y'all need to be, you know, have something. But you guys are so desensitized. Oh, well, y'all didn't seem to care about desensitization when y'all were doing it. Like, be for real.
You will not be missed. Sorry. You won't be missed. Have fun.
That's it, though. I'm through.
Well, let's get to our next. I'm sorry, it's the way we just moving on to a different subject, but that was so
keep
dark.
It professional. Let's lighten things up.
Yes. So let's move into our TV review segment, and today we're going to be talking about We Are Living Single. Living in a 90s kind of way. I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up. Okay, and this show is revolved around 6 friends: Khadijah, Max, Regine, Sinclair, Kyle, and Overton, living and working in New York. For those that truly don't know, think Friends but better and real black. Kaya, what do you think about this? What are your thoughts on this show?
You know, I really thought this was gonna be the group when we was grown. Talk about naive, but like I really thought. Anyway,
girl,
let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it pushing. I really did like this show. So much better than Friends. I said it. No backseas. Won't take it back.
But you never watched Friends.
I've seen Friends. I'm not interested in Friends. And you say at the end of your notes, you know, maybe we can. I can promise to try to get into it enough to review it, but like.
I hate to cut into your time, but like the only way that I ever got into Friends was I would stay up late at night and Nick at Night would come on, and I didn't have a choice but to watch it because I couldn't find the remote. So I just watched Friends every night so I fell asleep. That's the only way I know the show.
I've never been able to get into Friends. I've seen it.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air went off, and I was just like, oh god.
I've seen it. I've never been able to get into it. But I really like this show. I do think it's better than Friends. Khadijah was the entrepreneur running her own magazine. Sinclair was Khadijah's cousin and receptionist, but she also wanted to be an actor. At least later in the show, she did. Max was his big time lawyer. Kyle was a big time stockbroker. Regine was what was Regine? I think she was a seller or a promoter. Like she got people to buy whatever company she was like with their merch and stuff. Overton was the maintenance man of the building that they all stayed in, minus Max. Max lived across the street, I think. Character breakdowns. So I like Sinclair. She was a bit simple and it played into the dumb trope that you know I hate, but not too much. So I think it was fine. You say golden retriever in yours, and so like I like that. So,
hey! Don't expose my notes.
You know what? I like that golden retriever. She was the optimist that I feel every friend group needs. Regine was man crazy. I mean, they were all looking for love, but Regine, she was to the extreme. She was the one who wanted a man to take care of her and not work. I suppose that's okay. That's not my lifestyle, but you know, to each their own. But it's also funny to me because Regine did not like kids. And I think there's like 1 or 2 episodes where she's decent with one, but overall, she did not like kids. And while she,
understandable.
And while she did clean up around the house because those were the rules, take turn cleaning and cooking and stuff, she didn't seem to be the one to do that either. Now, like I said, it's cool if you're the type of woman who like want a man to take care of them, but I think you'd be a housewife if that's the situation. And Regine did not seem like she was one. She was also the friend who liked all things beauty and fashion. So that's
me.
I did like her though. I did like her. Khadijah, I would say, is the hip one in the group. Like she's not a tomboy, but she can and does dress up. But also like she like baggy pants and
she's lesbian. Let's be real.
A shirt and a hat and stuff. Like
was she lesbian?
No, not she is in real life. Queen Latifah is in real life, I believe, but like Khadijah was not. But like I can see her character in that, and so I would say hip. Maybe that's because Queen Latifah played her, and so that's like I see Queen Latifah, but she was probably my favorite character. Then Max, who is the muncher, is the boss ass lawyer, right? She barely loses cases. She's hella confident. I also really like her, and I love her relationship with Kyle. He's the confident. Loved it. He's the confident stockbroker, and as much as Max dishes out at him, he dishes it right back. Like they antagonize each other to the point it's like, oh, okay, y'all are clearly about to get together. And when they did, I just loved it. I really did.
I was
obsessed with it. And then Kyle, he's a knowledgeable cultural guy. Like he celebrates Kwanzaa and gives them gifts relating to the culture. Coolsies. Overton is loyal and easygoing, but also like that don't mess with my friends. And I like that. I like all the characters and the storylines were always entertaining, and it helped that they were black in a variety of shades, not just my color, your color. You know, they were a variety of shades, and so I liked it. I liked the show, and I give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. But that's me.
Well, I had never heard of Living Single until someone had told me that Friends copied their entire shtick. I was like, huh, interesting. And so I never was like wanted to watch it until like one day, me and my brother, we were eating dinner in his room. We were just like, okay, we gotta find something to watch to eat. And boom, Living Single. And then after that, we kind of made this like ritual, like where anytime we ate dinner, we would also watch Living Single, and that's how I started to love it, because it's like this fun thing that didn't get a And it's just so relatable and funny to me, because like the characters are diverse. You know what I'm saying? It's not like how when you see a TV show, like they try to make black people monolithic and just be like, oh, we all the same. We all adhere to the same rules. Like everyone is different. Every character is different. Besides Sinclair and Overton, they're kind of like the same a little bit, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But that's why they're together. That's why they're together. They mesh. Speaking of Overton and Sinclair, they are extremely cute, and like you said, they have golden retriever energy. It's just so freaking cute. They're gold. They're gold. I want someone to love me as much as they love each other. They're just such a cute couple. Max and Kyle were very smart and witty, and that's what I like. We don't see that enough in black folks no more on television. We also don't see dark characters enough like that anymore in television anymore, and I just want to see representation like that. I can't see. I can't see. I'm just like, hold on. Let me fix my hair real quick. Like Beyonce said, let me fix my hair. Okay.
Keep going.
Okay. Sorry. And it's just something about Khadijah and Maxine that like scratched the itch in my head. You know what I mean? Like they were just there. They were the girls, and I like the girls. You know, they're my favorite characters. Maxine especially. I just liked her entire vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I say this? I guess like in high school, I didn't really see a lot of black characters like her. She was very smart. She was dark skinned. She had the dreads or locks. And she just was that girl to me. Like Maxine is what wants to be, and Khadijah is like, I'm a mixture of Maxine, Regine, and Khadijah together. Don't know how that works, but I'm a mixture of all of them together, and I just love them. I don't remember Khadijah that well for some reason. Didn't want to watch the show, but like I'm obsessed. I love the show. It's just like I feel like that it's underrated. We don't talk about Living Single enough. Like when people start talking about, oh, what's your favorite '90s show? Like it's always Fresh Prince
or Martin. They love bringing up Martin.
Martin was good, but I feel like Living Single is a very well-rounded show. If we brought up more, it's great. I would recommend anyone to watch the show. Anybody. It's black. And I've had too much of this. Anybody that it's a great show. And Kaya, one day we need to compare Friends and just like watch it side by side one day. And just
I can promise to try, because like I could
Maxine is a lot like Old Girl and Old Boy. I don't remember their name, but the viewers, y'all don't know who I'm talking about. The guy Ross, yes. I've had too much wine.
I can promise to try, but like I've never been able to get into it like that. But I can promise to try.
I will rate this show a 9 out of 10.
Well, there you go. And before we get into our next segment, let's send it over to our promoters so they can let you know where to find us.
Y'all cute.
Like what you're hearing?
Follow us for more.
We're on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and YouTube.
And don't forget to share, like, and comment.
Woo!
Woo! You know you love us.
Thanks, promoters. Let's get into our next topic, our next segment, which is our movie review segment. Today we're talking about Hocus Pocus 2. The witches are back to haunt Salem.
The witches are back.
This time around, we see Becca, a 16-year-old, and her friend Izzy celebrating Becca's birthday by participating in a witchy ritual that they've done since childhood. This time, however, they are given an actual magic candle to burn in their ritual by the town's magic shop owner, who just happens to be the owner of the Sanderson sisters' old cottage. Upon lighting the candle and doing their ritual, Becca and Izzy accidentally summon the Sanderson sisters. And the story begins again. The sisters are trying to find a way to stay alive past Halloween instead of going for the potion route that they went in the last time. They opt for the ultimate spell to give them ultimate power. Even though they are warned not to. Even the book doesn't want them to do this spell. We then see Becca, Izzy, and their friend Cassie, who they've been having issues with, try to stop the sisters. There will be spoilers in our discussion, so if you haven't seen it yet and you want to, probably skip to what's in the headlines, and I'll put a timestamp up on the screen so that you know. So, Bree, what are your thoughts on this film?
First and foremost, word of advice: do not try to write a review for a movie while you're drunk.
Oh God.
It doesn't work out, and I'm gonna give you guys a look into what my actual notes was like.
Oh, she was way past tipsy. She was
guys,
gone.
look at my handwriting. What is that?
She was gone.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't do it. It doesn't. It will, because I woke up that morning. I didn't even finish the movie. I had to finish watching it. I woke up that morning, looked at my notes, and just like, I'm supposed to translate this. I was an entirely different person, but I translated it in, and I finished watching the movie, so I do have a decent review, guys. Do not worry. The rose didn't mess me up that much. Promise.
Yes, it did. Continue.
I sent you one voice message. Never
and that voice message, oh, she was toe up. But okay, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry, continue.
Okay, so the first note that my journal says is, and I quote, "Why her teeth look like that?"
She sipped a little too much and completely forgot the whole story of the movie.
My first note was, "Why her teeth look like." Sorry,
she was gone, y'all.
That is the funniest thing. The funniest thing. It gets wilder, but like I cleaned up my notes a lot for you guys. Kaya, I'm gonna show you one note that I had that was just nuts. I'm gonna show you my actual notes. But this movie was extremely campy and goofy, and I liked all the singing and the overacting. I think it was required for movies such as Hocus Pocus. I liked it a lot. However, I don't know if it's because I was extremely gone, but I was bored. At some point, I think the beginning was quite interesting, but like after like the prologue, I was just like, a little bored, and I'm gonna explain why I got a little bored. I personally don't. I feel like it didn't really get like interesting, so I wanted to watch until they dug up. Was it Billy? Billy, was that the name of the zombie?
Mm-hmm.
They dug up Billy, and when they bewitched the entire town and started dancing through it, like I said, y'all, I was gone, so I was dancing with them. I was having a good old time. It was great. Y'all. Honestly, watch the movie after having maybe a little fun. Unless you're watching with kids, please be sober. So like I said, my opinion would be a little. My opinion would be a little screwed up, I'm saying, I'm chopping fruit, but I'm still stand 10 toes down on what I said. I feel like it was a bit boring. That's just how I felt. Maybe because I'm an adult and it's a children's movie, but I was a little bored. Needed a little bit more spice. At one point, I got especially annoyed when the girl started to trick the sisters, the Sanders sisters.
Mm-hmm.
with the whole Walgreens bit, it doesn't help that I used to work at Walgreens and I was scarred. I was traumatized. I saw the store. I was just like, they needed that in a jump scare, y'all. Okay, there. Oh, woo. But also, I don't like the whole thing where someone is from a different time and they come back in modern times and it's all like, well, what's this? Huh? Whoa, this isn't like, I hate that trope with a passion, Kaya. Like, I will turn off the entire movie, but I kept it on. Because I was happy that it was past it. Because, like, why are they eating face cream? I didn't want to see that.
It's your opinion, but like I feel like that's part of the fish out of water. If you travel to the year 3000 and they have different technology, you're gonna.
And I understand that, but I hate it with a passion. It's needed sometimes, so please don't keep it going for more than 20 minutes. I'm gonna get angry and frustrated.
That's fair.
I get it. They're confused. No need to, because with the whole, what's that show you recommended me to watch?
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. They didn't carry that over too long, and they made it seem fun. I liked it in there. But for this, I'm just like, girl, let's move on. Let's get to the plot, please.
I get it. That and for Sleepy Hollow, it's different because like he has to really acclimate. But for here, it didn't need to be more than like a 2-minute skit. So I get it.
And he's actually smart in Sleepy Hollow. He's not an idiot. So he was able to kind of figure things out for himself a bit. Meanwhile, these ones are just like, what's this? Oh my God, this girl's powerful. The door's open for her.
I get it.
Let's keep it going. I was so happy when it was over. I skipped some parts of it, but I did think them flying on a Swiffer wet jet and Roombas was absolutely hilarious. That was funny because if you think about it, it's a modern day broom, so it makes sense for them to be like flying on those things. It was funny. The bubbles behind them, funny. I like that. Billy the Zombie was my favorite character. He was extremely funny. He was witty, and when he found out he was being dug up to help the Sanders sister, he literally turned back to go back in his grave. That's how. You know how fed up you have to be a dead person willing to hop back into your grave. That was funny. That was really funny. He was set up. And what really got me though, what really frustrated me and also confused was I want to know more about Becca. Like how she got her powers and stuff like that. Like I feel like we didn't get enough character development from her and her friends. Like I understand, like, yeah, you talk to your friend and you guys make up, but I want to know more about Becca and where she got her powers from. Like, are the powers genetic? Are they just bestowed upon them? Do you have to have some characteristics? And it could, maybe that was, further explained in the first movie. I haven't seen the first movie in years, so I kind of don't remember that. It would be nice. I wish the movie was longer.
You were bored, but you wish it was longer?
I would have been more interested if I knew more about Becca. But they didn't give me that. I literally, in my notes, it was like no explanation in my original notes. It just said, this is not the character development I asked for. Don't know how Druckmann was able to form that thought, but Druckmann was like, this is not the character development I wanted. And Sober Me agrees. I think they could have done more. I also would have liked for the sisters to have been a little bit more upset with the way, I forgot the sister's name. Winnie. That's the main sister?
Yeah.
Winnie talks to them crazy. And I wish the other sisters would have stood up for themselves a little bit more. They had a small little like comedic moment where she was just like, I'm just as powerful as you, when they started shooting the electricity out of their fingers. And I'm just like, please stand up for yourself. She talks to y'all crazy. She called y'all peasants and peasants. Please say something. Please. It was so weird. And I don't like how they kind of just like, no, not important. Like, I wanted the movie to be longer. Give me more of a story. I understand it's a child's movie and kids' attention spans are not that long, but I wanted more. Unless, more to be said. In the end, I did enjoy the happy ending. I just really want to know more about Becca. Because we didn't see her family. Did we? I thought so. We didn't see more of her family. We didn't see a lot about Becca. I don't know much about Becca besides the fact that she was bullied for having crystals. I got crystals too. Maybe me and Becca got something in common. Like, show me more about Becca. I want more about Becca. And just give me more. I need more. If I had to rate this movie, I would give it a 7 out of 10. It could be way better than it already is. You know, kudos. The person that saved the movie for me was Billy. Billy was hilarious. He looked fed up the entire movie when his hair was cut off. He was like done. I like Billy. I am Billy. Anyways, Kaya, what is your review? Your sober review.
Because I most certainly watched this sober.
He did not.
You know what? We have to get together one day and just drink. Anyway,
I'm definitely a hot mess.
Anyway, it was alright. I didn't like or dislike it any more than I did the original. I watched the original like 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe it was something that I should have watched in my childhood I liked more, but like it was all right. I was indifferent towards it, and it's kind of the same here. Like they're probably on the same level for me. I applaud them for their diversity, and I know it's the bare minimum, but you know, props for trying. And I say trying because some of the stuff is just like, be for real. A black girl doing witchcraft in the middle of the woods, haunted woods, be for real. A black magic shop owner tricking her and her friends to bring back the sisters. What? And for why? Like, for what? Why would you do that? Well, they weren't always evil and they were just misunderstood. Didn't we talk about this argument in Twitter conversations? Like, where did you pull that from, my guy? Like, also, they threw in that trio that broke up because one got too cool for the others. Which on one hand is like, oh, so now you too cool to be doing the stuff that we used to do.
And once again, they don't elaborate.
Not really, but like you weren't doing this stuff a few months ago. Personally, I would embarrass you like I was your parent. I would go up there and be like, oh, don't be acting like you weren't doing this stuff a month ago, a few weeks ago. I have pictures and videos.
Yo, she would do that. I'm dead serious.
I would sit there. I would embarrass you like your parent, because not you finna think you finna be like superior to me, and because I still do this, you better have several seats. I would embarrass you like I was your parent.
I'm telling you now, call out to anybody out there that can act thick around Kaya. It's not happening.
Humble yourself real quick, because I will do it.
Be for real. Be for real around Kaya at all times.
Look, also, why would we want to hang out with your boyfriend and friends who obviously makes us uncomfy? Like, even if it was just jokes, why are they constantly cracking jokes on us? Like, you don't see nothing wrong with that? That they just us? Like,
it was too stupid.
And they, of course, had to throw in their dumb jock trope, and it's just like,
and it wasn't a good dumb jock.
Nope. Like, I was aggravated with it. However, on the other hand, it's like, yeah, I kind of don't want to do that stuff anymore, and that's okay. It's okay to grow out of the stuff that you used to do when you were a kid. I mean, it was Becca's birthday, so you think you could shut up and suck it up for a day, but it's also okay to grow out of that stuff. And it is okay to want to be liked. I've said this before. It is okay to want to be liked. If your new friends make your other friends feel weird, you think something will be done about that, but it is still okay to want to be liked.
Y'all
and Becca, huh? You said what?
A couple people who could be watching and that message flew over their head.
Let's not go there. And Becca and Izzy were definitely those we're different girls. And it's like, that's okay, but y'all didn't have to try so hard to show that y'all were different. Becca bringing in a crystal and being like doing some spellish stuff on the dumb jock. It's like, y'all don't have to hone that in. I was a bit confused at first because I was like, is the first movie not supposed to be canon in this? Like, does it not exist? But then they were like, the sisters came back like 29 years ago and did the math, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay. But, and also, even if they couldn't get the same actors, why was there no Max, Danny, or Allison? Like, those are the original three in the original movie who were dealing with the Sanderson sisters at first.
It feels like somewhat of a reboot.
Exactly, that's why I was confused. But then they kept in the fact that they were there in the 90s. And that's Gilbert's story. Gilbert is the magic shop owner. He saw them on the night that they disappeared 29 years ago, back in the 90s. And I think I read somewhere that they were like, it would have been hard to incorporate a cameo for them. But like, no, I don't really think so. Be for real. Now to the sisters. You know, I truly think the best kind of villains are those that have a backstory that shows why they went bad. I really think those are like the best to write because like the complexity, like y'all, I could really go in, but I'm not going to. That's just the writer in me. But like I think those are the best to kind to write. That being said, what happened to having a villain who was just bad for the sake of being bad? Like we didn't need to see them be humanized towards the end. I don't think so. We get that early version where they were kids and it kind of shows them being outcasts. I'm iffy on if that should have been shown. But I will say there's props to those three young actors because they had to embody those characters and they did it well. Oh, they did it well. So props to those young actresses. But also Winnie is like, help me get my sisters back, and my doing has been my undoing. I'll give up my magic, just help me. I don't know. I think I'd rather see her and Becca, who, like you said, is a witch who we should have learned more about her magical properties. But I think I like to see them go back and forth with their covens. And by the way, the Sanderson sisters are all witches respectively. Like they're all like Becca's the only witch, and she has to share her power with Cassie and Izzy. So that doesn't make, to me, that's not a coven because like they don't have their.
It's not a coven.
But anyway, that might be cliche, but I don't know how Disney wouldn't have been cliche because even what they did, the whole my doing has been my undoing, and I'll give up my magic. That was cliche. I don't know, but you know, let's have bad villains who are just bad for the sake of being bad, you know? But ultimately, it was all right. If I had to rate it, I'd probably be like you and give it a 7 out of 10.
Could be better. Could be better. All right, and with that, let's move to our last segment of the day. It's time for What's in the Headlines. So we'll be just today, guys, where we rave and review celebrity news and gossip. Today, we're once again talking about Kanye West antics. He seems to be
once again
living in our podcast rent-free. With this time wearing White Lives Matter shirt along with Candace Owens at a fashion concert. We're going to talk about the Try Guys once again and them addressing everything that's happened. And let's start with Kanye's antics. What are your thoughts about Kanye West?
Look, are y'all ready to give up on him yet? I guess not because even still there are those that are like, well, he's right, BLM is crooked. Look, the organization has done some crooked things, but the statement BLM is very important and does not need to be invalidated, especially by someone with his level of celebrity with all these woke followers. Know better. Do better. And then posting with Candace Owens, Owens is very pro-Trump and seemingly anti-black. And what infuriates me is that those saying at this point it is what it is with him. No, stop supporting him and talking about him. And I do see the irony of talking about him on the show. I do, but it's like some things are too important. You can't wear White Lives Matter show, which is a direct dog whistle to Black Lives Matter, and then be like, oh, he's a genius. Like, no, stop. Stop. What's more infuriating is Boosie calling him, Boosie of all people, calling him out.
Now if you make me agree with Boosie, I have a problem with you.
Right, because for me, Boosie on the same level as Kanye, but it's just like he calling him out. Like, I don't stand with him, but like I can't say what he said ain't funny or right. He said Kanye don't care about black people. Something Kanye something West. Let me West. When we're talking about people, we use their last name. Something West has said in the past about one of the Bushes. And then he said, go ahead and bleach your skin white. And then he had a Photoshop of West who was white. Like he Photoshopped West. It's really funny. I ain't gonna lie, it's a little funny. Now look, not all black people, I'm sorry. Look, no, all black people don't have to think the same or go the same way. We're not a monolith. But when you start working with or associating with those who are actively trying to harm the black community, you shouldn't be praised and protected by those in it. But like everyone else, to each their own, I guess. That's me. You?
At this point, Kanye West is just doing things just to do it. Like, you are not as woke as you think you are, sir. Like, at some point, you have to articulate what you say and don't just do things. If you think that the Black Lives Organization is a scam, say that. Don't just pop up out of nowhere with a White Lives Matter shirt. And let's talk about how wearing that shirt is not doing what you think it's doing, right? If you don't like the organization, like I said, say that. Don't put on a t-shirt that completely contradicts and undermines the movement for black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me, Kanye. And like, at first I dumbed it down to, oh, he's just a Gemini, he's ill. No, those aren't excuses anymore. I'm a Gemini and I'm mentally ill. You don't do walk around with a White Lives Matter shirt. You common sense, Kanye. You just doing it just to trend. Like, he keep going at his baby mama, his ex-wife, and all her family and stuff like that constantly on Instagram. I have to unfollow that man because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. I am about to mute Kanye's name and Kim already muted on Twitter because I am tired of seeing it. And like, okay, hold on. There's no mental in this world that can cause someone to do something such as that. You don't support racists because you stopped taking meds for a month or two. That's not how bipolar, depression, anxiety, that's not how it works. If you're racist, you're racist. Right. If you don't like someone, you don't like someone. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Y'all need to go ahead and drop that. Hang it up. Because it's not an excuse anymore. I just want to say, someone needs to take away that man's phone. And take his phone like y'all did with Donald Trump. His buddy Kanye needs his phone taken just the same. Please take away from him.
And with that, let's get into our next topic, which is Dream, a popular YouTuber and gamer who has had his face covered for years. Think what Sia does with her face coverings. He finally took off his mask and revealed his face. And it did not go over well. Sorry, y'all. Hashtag he's ugly has been trending ever since. Bree, your thoughts?
Ooh, okay, girl. So I love watching me a good Twitch or YouTube stream before bed. So I was watching the face reveal live on Ludwig's channel. If you don't know who Ludwig is, he's a really not famous. He's just, a popular YouTube streamer, influencer, yes. And I clicked on the stream because, I wanted to go to sleep. And Ludwig's easy to fall asleep to. Don't ask why. He's not boring. It's just he has a nice voice, I guess. I don't know. I've never been a fan of Dream. Like, even before, I found out that he kind of, think that the Ku Klux Klan and Hitler is like a funny joke. I liked him a lot less. For some reason, he thinks he condones doxing, racism, just your average white Minecraft player antics, He's just your average white guy who doesn't like black people. Yeah, he just happens to have a lot of money and a huge fan base. So that's why it's hilarious when he reveals his face and he just looks exactly like that. I don't know what y'all expected, to be real. And I'm not trying to hate. I'm just being honest, okay? I ugly laughed when I said he's trending. He's ugly started trending. And put the mask back on started trending. You know how funny that is to me? And I want y'all to know that I'm not trying to say that him not being the most attractive guy in the world kind of made me feel like, how do I say this? Even if Dream was cute, I still would have called him ugly.
It's his soul who's ugly.
It's his soul that's ugly. I don't care if he looked like Liam Hemsworth. That nigga was gonna be ugly to me. He's ugly would have trended no matter what. Just so y'all know. Literally all sides of Twitter came together to collectively whack this man in his face. I saw someone say that they could rob a bank with this man's chin. If she's ugly ever started trending after I did a piece of real, I will never show my face again. I would delete the video. I would never return to society. I would not let anyone ever see my face again. I just know corpse Kaya.
I'm sorry. Keep going.
I just know corpse husband is somewhere hiding in the corner, just like, oh snap. Never happening. Y'all never seen corpse. I just hope y'all know we are never seeing Corpse. I don't care how cute that man is. We are never going to see Corpse. And let it be known, Corpse doesn't have a scandal yet. But if he ever gets a scandal and he reveals his face, he's ugly is going to trend no matter what. But we're never seeing Corpse husband. Even though I like Corpse and I would like to see Corpse, we're not going to see him. Now, PSA. If the Dream SMP fans find this podcast and decide to act funny, I'm going to say this right now. I don't care about your racist favorite streamer. You can go cry about it to your mama or somebody else that cares. Because Brianna doesn't.
Cry me a river.
Huh?
Cry me a river.
Cry me a river. Bottle your tears. I don't care. Go get on your phone and talk to your mama about how much you care. Because Brianna doesn't. Kaya don't either. We don't care. Do you care, Kaya?
Not at all.
I don't care. We don't care. So Dream SMP fans, do you think? I don't care.
Look,
what do you think, Kaya?
This is the first thing I woke up to when I hopped on Twitter on Monday morning. I was like, whoa, what? What does that mean? I kept saying, yo, that must be so embarrassing I was like, what does that mean? And so I started looking into it, and then I was like, oh. And on the one hand, it's like, dang, y'all are cruel. Y'all are brutal. But then on the other hand, it's like, high-key feel like that should karma for being overall butthole, for being racist, and I'm sure a lot of the other isms. They are flaming you, my boy. Like, the way I never show my face again, the way I just disappear from all mediums and all platforms, the way you would never hear from me again if, like, hashtag she's ugly started trending, like, after a face reveal.
Bye. Those things never see me again. Deleting the video.
The way you
don't
never
care how
see
many
me.
Don't care how many views that video would have gotten. It's going down.
The way you never see me again.
Ever. Like the memes on that night. Well, first of all, can we talk about how chaotic that night was? Was this the same night where no, this is the night. I'm thinking Cardi B arguing with
I'm really trying to keep my laughs under roll right now because, like, boy, the way you'd never see me again. That is so embarrassing.
It's the funniest thing I've seen in a long time going down. This is one for the books, guys. Y'all got he's trending. He's ugly to trend. Do y'all know how sick that is? I saw somebody celebrating saying, yes, I was the first one to call him ugly. Anyways, let's go to our last topic, which is the Try Guys releasing a 5-minute video addressing what happened and why they axed the notorious cheater. Yes. Kaya, what are you?
Wowzers, if looks could kill, Eugene would have flame Flomer on the spot, bro. Like, wow. His fury, Keith's sadness, and Zach's disappointment all could be felt through their body language. Now, they kept it very professional in their voice, but like, they body language said it all, especially Eugene. You can tell that they are really hurt. Now, like you said last week, his family are the ones who are truly hurt, and I hope that they're doing well. But these people who work with him a lot also have a right to be hurt and angry. And like I said last week, good for them for taking action and being like, you're done. Also, saw someone on TikTok talking about, I wouldn't lose a friend. They're being dramatic. I'd be disappointed and upset with the friend if they cheated, but I wouldn't but lose a friend? No. Girl, what? This man's actions cost them millions in projects, I'm sure.
Yes.
Also, that says a lot about you that you will remain friends with a cheater. Like I've said, cheating is a choice and a crappy one at that. You look and sound crappy too. Whoever you are, that was not the hot take that you thought it was. But that's just me. What about you?
I do feel bad for the Try Guys. They had just got a deal with the Food Network. Do you know how big of a bag that is to fumble? Like you said, they lost millions. Millions of dollars. It's different than your little friend cheating on their little boyfriend or girlfriend or their significant other or their person or whatever. But Ned Fomer cheating with his employee
cost them millions.
Millions. It's so different than just a random person cheating with someone else. Like it's so different. And on top of that, it's morally not right. You don't know what with that. We don't know if he had, had to coerce her into dating him so that she can keep her job. Like, we don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we can't just sit up and be like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they're going through a legal process. He was not just a boss. He wasn't a supervisor. He was a force of the company. He started it. He was a CEO or whatever. That's like I know Sam Walton is dead, but we're going to use Sam Walton. That's like Sam Walton walking down to a local Walgreens and telling a cashier that he likes her. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's the equivalent because that is the man of the company. So, like, it's just so different. And it just, Zach looked sad. Eugene looked really, really angry.
And I expect
that from Eugene because Eugene has expressed how him growing up in a split household affected him so much. And I'm sure that he can sympathize with the kids that Ned and Ariel have together. If they split, he is going to be pissed. Because he grew up in a similar household. He knows what that's like. And that it just, I feel so bad. He seems to be a bit indifferent, but I think he's just keeping his composure together to be professional. But he does seem to be disappointed. I am appreciative and happy that they didn't sweep it under the rug. I've been watching Try Guys since high school. And so it's kind of like crazy to just see Ned pop out of nowhere and just be a cheater, a serial cheater. I heard he's a serial flirter and he does this. This is what he do. I heard he's a creep. Don't know the man personally, but it's just what I saw already. A lot of companies ignore stuff like this, and they would probably just impromptu fire the man or replace them without warning us. I don't know what they were going to do before this got out, but I'm happy that they talked to us. And I'm going to be honest, I'm a little confused on how they didn't know. They've known each other for almost a decade. Y'all are more than just co-workers. Y'all are friends. So let's keep it real. When they were doing BuzzFeed together, they didn't own a company. They were friends recording videos together.
Well, I mean, we thought we've been through situations with friends, so I can kind of.
Yeah, but they work together. They have numerous videos together. If you see them flirting, you know. If we saw one of our friends flirting with each other, we'd be like, right? So it's kind of like how y'all didn't know. And so I obviously there's like a lot not being said. I respect that for legal issues. I'm just waiting for everything to be unveiled, and not in a messy like I like drama with. I just want to know more. I love these guys. I love watching Without a Recipe in the winter time. Like it's one of my favorite shows to watch on YouTube. And so, it's a little sad, but I honestly think Try Guys is going to be just fine without Ned. Ned wasn't the most entertaining person out of all of them, so he won't be that much because he didn't have like a huge personality. I'm sorry, but I Love My Life was his entire shtick. Sorry. He will be missed. And, yeah, that's what I think about it. Sorry, Ariel.
Well, with that, that's what's in the headlines, and that's our show. Thanks for listening and watching. If you like our content, be sure to like our content. Definitely leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think. Anything you want us to see more, talk more about, or see more. Maybe y'all want to tussle in the comments. Let us know. We can put some of your comments on the episode. We would love the interaction. We really would. Most importantly, share,
hit
the subscription button, follow all our social medias, do all that good stuff because you know you want to see more of us.
Yes, and y'all, it's Spooktober, and I'm gonna try to dress up for every episode, you guys.
With Poison Ivy and Celeste
the witch.
This week, who will we be next week? Tune in to see.
Tune in to see. We love y'all.
And with that, thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.